Thanks everyone for being here. I am very honored and very grateful that Mayor Andy Fillmore of Halifax, Nova Scotia is with us today for the tree lighting tonight, but we also got to spend a little bit of time just catching up since our conversation a few weeks ago up in Nova Scotia, and have continued to appreciate how knowledgeable he is about the city of Boston as a former resident here, and how interested he has been in taking some of the learnings and the experiences that both of our cities share and building an even stronger partnership from there. So we're looking forward to a wonderful event later tonight, and just wanted to invite the mayor to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Mayor Wu. It's a privilege to be with you here, and thank you everyone for your attention. Just ever so briefly, Mayor Wu's visit to Halifax was a reminder of the strong person-to-person ties that Bostonians and Haligonians share, a bond that goes back all the way to the Halifax explosion, when so many acres of our city were devastated, and Boston responded within 24 hours with medical supplies and aid. And we send a tree to Boston every year afterward to say thanks. And Mayor Wu visited during Remembrance Day, our version of the day that we remember our veterans. The United States has a similar day, and was able to lay a wreath on behalf of the citizens of Boston at the cenotaph in front of Halifax City Hall. A further reminder of the strong ties that bind Bostonians and Haligonians, going back to great conflicts like the First and Second World War. So we had opportunity to discuss the economic relationship as well, and her presence in Halifax was a reminder, a very confident reminder that we do have opportunities for trade between our cities, regardless of what might be happening on the national stage. And I just want to say it's a great privilege to be here, and thank you for welcoming me. And I look forward to a wonderful celebration with the tree tonight.
Thank you. Any questions for the mayor?
Is there anything you would add at this point when it comes to the relationship between the City of Boston and Halifax under the Trump administration? How can these two cities work together in this light of this national picture?
Yeah, so as I said, the relationship between our people, the people of Halifax and the people of Boston, the people of Nova Scotia and the people of Massachusetts, it's a relationship that goes back really hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's much stronger than any current political moment that we're in with regard to the tariffs and your question. So, we have not just the opportunity to do trade between our cities, and we do trade, and the mayor's presence reminded us that we have room to grow in that trade as well, but we also have an opportunity to learn from each other in terms of being coastal cities in an era of climate change and sea level rise. Cities that are facing an acute need to provide more housing at a price that people can afford, and cities that are experiencing challenges around affordability. So I have been privileged to have some opportunities to speak with people providing transit service, providing water and wastewater service here, providing a traffic system. The Commissioner of Streets I met with recently, other people at Boston City Hall. There's so much to share and learn from the two cities as we walk into the 21st century of opportunities and challenges.
And in tonight's tree lighting, anything you can share about what you're looking forward to tonight?
Well, I was telling Mayor Wu that at home, the story of the tree for Boston is very vivid. It's very much in our hearts and our imaginations. And coming down last year and again this year, I wasn't quite sure whether that was true in Boston, with the people of Boston. And I have discovered that it is very much alive in the hearts and imaginations of Bostonians. I was able to join Mayor Wu this morning at a sod turning for a new community center in the North End. And each of the conversations that I had with residents there wanted to talk about the explosion and the tree and that bond. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the tree being lit and to seeing that camaraderie between Bostonians and Nova Scotians again this evening.
Yeah. I'll translate for those in the room. It was a groundbreaking earlier. We have had the privilege of getting to see the most beautiful tree lit up every single year for decades at this point. And having been up in Nova Scotia, I got a sense of, similarly, how deeply felt that connection and that story is, and also how much care goes into every part of that process. The Natural Resources Department had shared with me also the detailed evaluation process, the rubric that's used so that they can judge among many different options to pick the very best tree to send and to represent. And I got to meet the Feener family, who had planted this particular tree 42 years ago in their front yard with the hopes that one day it might be the tree for Boston. And so that level of dedication and connection, and also a sense of hope and understanding for the future, that these are bonds that have lasted well over a century and that will last beyond any political administration or any current challenges. And so I know there are some deep challenges that we are working through in the United States and that we are fighting every day in Boston on behalf of our community members to keep moving forward. But it means the whole world that we have friends and neighbors in other parts of the world as well who are there for us, and just as we have been there together for many years.